Welcome back. All right, time to review the Washington Capitals versus the Montreal Canadiens. And we'll go through what went right, what went wrong for both teams on this. So it was Thompson versus Dobesh. Some people surprised Thompson was in the net. And I'll say this straight out. I thought the Capitals did a really good job of protecting him. I thought that was apparent throughout the game. So no Protas for the Washington Capitals. Maybe we'll see him in Game 5. Early press by the Capitals. Ovechkin fans on a slot chance. The Habs rush the other way. The Habs draw a power play. Caulfield has a shot that's blocked and cleared. Late cycle. Another clear ends it. No shots on net for Montreal in that power play. Carrier has a shot that's blockered aside. The shots, though, are 3-1 Montreal 6 minutes into the game. Things get pushed in a hole by Dobesh. Strome fires one wide on a net drive. The teams trade rush chances. Lots of hits early on in this one, not a lot of shots. And that was apparent through actually large portions of this game, which feels very Capitals, to be honest. This whole game had a very Capitals feel to it. So the Caps press at the half. The Habs are blocking. Strome fires one wide from the high slot. The fans call one. The referee does not. We get a power play for the Capitals. That's booed mercilessly. Early cycle, post for Wilson. It's cleared. And again. And then there's a shorthanded rush by Josh Anderson. That's defended. Power play's killed off, and Dobesh holds the puck after it's done. Shots are 4 apiece with 5.5 minutes left. Suzuki's then denied and close. Gooley fires one wide with 3:32 left. The Caps go back to the power play. The referee is informed that he sucks. He heard this a few times in this game. It's like I've been saying, it's in every game now. It's everywhere. It's just like taunting the goalies in every game now. It's there. Early clear, and then another power play's killed off. Another really good penalty kill by the Montreal Canadiens. The Habs press after. They're kept to the outside, and then the Caps get some pressure to close it out. So after the first period, the score is tied at 0. Second period, Carrier came back. He missed some time in the first. He did not finish this game either. Tough physical game for Alexander Carrier. At 1:25 on what looked like a harmless play, it ends up in the Montreal net. Strome, it's a rebound that goes in. Beauvillier with the assist. And so, kind of a fluky looking goal, but they all count. Capitals with that 1-0 lead. The Habs look to respond. The Capitals are blocking the path to the net. The shots are 3-0 Washington 3 minutes in. And I kept an eye on the shot clock more than the zone time part, because I know the broadcast I was watching on Sportsnet, they talked about the zone time, and I was thinking, you got to look at the shots on net, though. Gallagher fires one wide on a rush. We get power play number 3 for the Capitals. They cycle. They clear. That becomes 44 seconds of 5-on-3. So the referee is once again informed that in terms of sucking, he is not at the 0 level. He might be closer to 100. I don't know the percentage. But yeah, Caps then call a timeout before the 5-on-3. Ovechkin has a shot that's blocked. John Carlson's denied. Puck's cleared out. The fans call one, so the referee... loud cheers as the Habs give the Caps only one good chance on that whole power play. It is killed off. But the shots are 6-0 Washington at 8.5 minutes. Now, the fans call one after that, and the referee is informed that he sucks because he's not willing to call the penalty that they call. But then the Habs draw the power play soon after. So there are times where I think the referee might be influenced by those chants. So, right? At any rate, Suzuki fires one high from in close. They cycle. Post and out for Lane Hudson. The Caps clear. And then on a pass from behind the net, Slavkovsky ties the game at 1. Demidov, his first career playoff point in the National Hockey League. Hudson with the other assist. That's at 10:33. The Habs then look for the lead. McMichael has a net drive that's blocked. There's a slot shot then by McMichael that is held after that. The Habs press with 7.5 minutes left. Things get kind of scrummy on a hole by Dobesh, although this was not anywhere near as fighty as the last game was. The Habs have a 3-on-1 that misfires. Newhook has a net drive chance. That's held. Then there's a near miss for Brennan Gallagher. The Caps rush the other way. Anderson drills Wilson and goes to the box for it. So Josh Anderson goes to the box for a hit on Wilson, which was deemed to be roughing. That's with 3:55 left. And I have to commend the DJ here. He played the Kurt Angle theme song from the old WWE days, and fans knew to chant, "You suck," at the exact right time. And the referee is still informed of that after anyways. So that song just warmed them up for the ref "You suck" chants. Ovechkin has a shot that's saved and cleared. McMichael's denied. Dobesh holds. The Habs clear, and then we get 3 seconds of 4-on-4 as Ovechkin goes to the box. Now, I've seen some saying, look, player just skates into him. I think it was Caulfield he hits. Others saying that's a head hit. There should be a suspension. And I've seen some saying, it's hockey. Either way, Ovechkin goes to the box. He disagrees. We only have 1:58 left in the period, but at 18:32, Caulfield buries a one-timer from the left circle to make it 2-1 for Montreal. The assist to Hudson and Demidov. The Habs then nearly add another. So it is 2-1 Montreal after the second period, but they only had 9 shots. And I couldn't get that out of my brain that Montreal, yes, they're ahead, they're not getting enough prime chances. Washington might be on their heels a bunch in this game, but they're more in control than it looks like. I've watched a bunch of Washington games this year. This is not unusual for a Washington game. And so, yeah, we get an early power play from Montreal. Things get pushy as the call's made. There's an early clear. The Habs cycle. Caulfield has a shot that's held. The Caps clear it. Heineman whiffs on an opportunity. We get another clear that ends it. Just the one shot on net for Montreal. Then there's a mask save on Armia after. The Habs press at 3.5 minutes. The fans call one. The referee does not. He stops listening. The teams trade turnovers. Wilson flattens Carrier. This was a brutal hit by Tom Wilson. My guess is that after Anderson hit Wilson, Wilson's like, all right, I'll just wait. And this was the hit. This hit turns everything because Carrier's slow to leave the ice. Montreal is basically now playing a man down, and Duhaime puts one in off Caulfield. So a little bit of confusion, and Washington takes advantage. It's the second. We can call it a little bit fluky goal, right? Although if it hadn't hit Caulfield, odds are it would have been buried by, I think it was Strome that was on the other side. But Duhaime scores at 6:39 from Chychrun and Van Riemsdyk. So the huge hit on Carrier. You've got Montreal basically a man down, and Washington takes advantage. The Caps then look for the lead. They knew. Evans then has a rush chance that's held. There's some pushing. Gallagher to Anderson, near miss at the Washington net. Dubois has a net feed that's held. The shots are 6-3 for Washington at 9 minutes. This is what I'm talking about. Where Montreal's getting opportunities, they're not getting enough shots to the net. And you can play a great game all you want, but if you're not getting enough shots on the net, odds are you're probably not going to win the game. Carrier then exits. He sat on the bench for a while. You could see that he was not okay. I don't know if he's concussed. I don't know if there's something else going on there, but Carrier left. He did not come back to the game. We'll see whether or not he's able to play in Game 5 in Washington. It would be a huge loss for the Habs if Carrier couldn't play the next game. The Habs press with 8.5 minutes left. Beauvillier then has a slot chance that's blocked. The Caps press after that. The Caps press with 4.5 minutes left, and then on a rush at 16:23. Mangiapane with a snapshot. Strome and Van Riemsdyk with the assists. Dubois then denied and close as Washington's looking for another. The Habs press with 3 minutes left. They would pull the goaltender, and soon after, Duhaime hits the empty net. Dowd with the assist at 17:21. That makes it 4-2. So I put on the board Caps can end the series on Wednesday at home. The goalie pull happens again. There's a shoulder save on a rush by Demidov. And then it has to be Wilson, doesn't it? The storyline ends with Wilson hitting the empty net. McMichael with the assist at 19:05. And Wilson just told the Montreal fans how much he loved them and blew them a kiss. He did not. But Washington wins this one 5-2. They are leading the series 3-1. Montreal now has to win 3 in a row to stay in this series. And like I said, Game 5's in Washington on Wednesday. Shots on net, 6-5 Washington in the first, 11-4 Washington in the second. Both teams had 9 shots in the third. The final shot's 26-18 for Washington. Power plays, the Capitals 0 for 5. Montreal 2 for 4. So 5-on-5, Montreal didn't really get much of anything in terms of shots, anything at the net. They had excitement. The crowd yelling and cheering and waving towels every time they got zone time, I think made it look like Montreal was generating more than they were. But the hits, 31-25 for Montreal. So there were some big hits. There weren't a lot of hits. The hits are definitely dropping off. Thompson saved 16 out of 18. I will agree with the assertion made on Sportsnet as well that they protected him. Washington did a good job of protecting Thompson, making sure that he could see pucks, making sure they were blocking as much as they could. And Dobesh saved 21 out of 24. I thought he played well. Is he as good as Montembeault? No. Montembeault was the better of the two goaltenders, but he wasn't an option for this one. Maybe he comes back on Wednesday. Maybe that extra day off will help, but that extra day off might get Protas into the lineup, so we shall see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. And like I said, the whole ref, you suck chant, I've already got it written on the board a couple of times in the Kings-Oilers games, and I'm debating about just dropping that from writing it down every time they say it, because it's all the time. And it doesn't really mean anything. It used to be that, like, if a referee missed something egregious, you would hear that. Now it's anything. It could just be a clean open ice hit and fans are chanting it. It can be a play where a guy just falls down in the corner and fans are automatically chanting it. So yeah, it feels like it used to be a lot more rare, but it's everywhere now. So yeah, we'll see. But thank you guys so much for all your support as always. If you haven't already hit like and subscribe, do so. I will talk to you again soon.